Hello, everyone. In today's demo, I'm going to walk you through the Denodo Professional setup via AWS Marketplace. This is a pay-as-you-go hourly-based subscription offering, and you can quickly get started via the AWS Marketplace. Before we go there, let me talk a little bit about the Denodo platform for AWS. The Denodo platform allows you to accelerate the time to insight across your disparate data sources with ready-to-use modern data virtualization for AWS. It comes in 4 different subscription options. Today's focus is going to be on Denodo Professional, which is an hourly based offering starting at $6.27 per hour. It allows you up to 5 data sources in your AWS ecosystem to be able to integrate all of those. And let's see how we can, there's other feature functions that you can read through on this table here. The best way to start is through the Denodo Professional free trial. This is available. You can start your journey through the Denodo's website to register for it. The benefits of registrations are twofold. One is it gets you access to a sales engineer who can support you during the free trial. And also you can have a 30-minute free consultation with a Denodo Cloud expert. What do you really need for the free trial? You need an AWS Cloud account. Within 30 minutes, you'll have the instance up and running. The 30-day license is for Denodo at no charge. The compute charges are separate, and that is your responsibility as a user. Provided you have most of your data sources in the cloud, this is the best for you, for you to get started for use cases such as SaaS analytics, marketing analytics, building a single view of your data across cloud integration on AWS. All right. So once you register here, this will take you to the listing page on AWS Marketplace. And that is where you can continue to subscribe. Before we get started, let me talk about what's included with your subscription. You get access to a production instance of a Denodo server. We also call it as a VDP, Virtual Data Port Server. The Denodo Solution Manager, which helps you manage your Denodo instances and the servers, is optional. You really don't need that for this configuration and for you to get started in the fast possible manner. But there could be certain scenarios where you may need this, such as if you're trying to configure SSO security, you may need the Denodo Solution Manager, which you can access via request via the support ticket. The development instance is available with annual subscriptions only. So if you are looking at signing up for an annual subscription, you get additional benefits such as the dev instance for a VDP instance for development, and also you get access to the health check package. In terms of pricing, this is available in 2 options, hourly and annual. The hourly pricing is available for 4 cores and 8 cores. The annual subscription comes with up to 10% discount, and it is at $50K for 4 cores, right? So that's the pricing you'll be looking at. Also, we highly recommend that you sign up for support. So when you click on the support tab, there's a link here that will get you to sign up for support. You just need your AWS account ID for that. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to click on continue to subscribe. And once I do that, it's going to ask me to log in. So I have my AWS account ID, username, and password to log in. Once I log in, it's going to prompt me to subscribe to this software. I have used this in the past, so it doesn't prompt me to accept the license here, but that's what you will see, accept license. and then you can continue to the configuration step. Okay. Now, as you proceed with the configuration, there's a few other elements that you will need. You will need to pick the region here. Depending on your region, you could choose which region you want to deploy your EC2 instance, where the Denodo server is going to be running. Okay. Now, I mentioned about the quick start guide. This is an important guide where it walks you through a detailed step-by-step instructions. The key prerequisites we talked about was the AWS account. And also you would need a key pair, which is for your security management with the Denodo instance, EC2 instance. So if you haven't created a key pair, we highly encourage you to create this upfront before you start your free trial subscription. And so that way you have all the elements ready for a smooth installation. Okay, so let's go back. Once you continue to launch, it will prompt you for a few other information. Choose the action, launch from the website. It default comes with my M5.xlarge, which is a 4-core instance. If you need a bigger one, you could pick an 8-core. I'm just going to pick M5.xlarge. It also allows you to, it asks you for a VPC setting. By default, your user account would have been associated with VPC. You could choose a VPC and then a public subnet. So under which subnet you want to install, I'm going to pick a public subnet that I have it under my VPC. For security group, you could create a security group, a new one, or refer to the quick start guide. Usually it's support numbers that you need to be open for you to be able to access and connect through the web. And then the key pair, this is the one I mentioned to you earlier. If you don't have one, you can create one from here, or you would need. So I have one created, key pair settings, right? This is my for security login management. After that, I just have to click launch my instance. And when I click launch my instance, now it has started that deployment, and you see that through the EC2 console. So let me go back here. Just a couple of things before, while the instance is being created. Once the instance is up and running, you would need to log in through a Design Studio. There's a set of browsers that we highly recommend, and request you to look at this link so that you don't have any issues with connecting through a browser, a compatible browser. Now, this is the link. I'm going to have to plug in my public IP address once the EC2 instance is created, and then I have to log in. For the login, the username will be admin, and the password is going to be the instance ID that for the EC2 instance that was created. Okay, there are a few optional steps. I just wanted to quickly point you to that. Subscribe to the Denodo support. This is not optional. This is important step. This you need to, you are eligible for the Denodo support and open a ticket and such. So we highly recommend this to complete the steps soon after your deployment is complete. You could also migrate the existing Denodo instance to a higher core machine. So that's the steps here. So you can move from 4 cores to 8 cores. You could also move from one subscription to another. So if you are running Denodo Professional, you could migrate that to a Denodo Standard or an Enterprise. The steps are more or less the same with, from a migration standpoint. The Solution Manager, I mentioned that this is optional, but if you have a need for SSO and such type of configuration, you can request a license for the Solution Manager and follow the guide here. Okay, so let's go and check whether our instance is up and running. I'm going to go to the EC2 console, and here, let's see. All right, so it's still initializing. I'm going to give it a name. Dprof Denodo Professional MS0207. Okay, so I just gave it a name, and this is the public IP. So I'm going to just prep it and keep it ready here. Okay. All right. So this is my login to my Design Studio. Now let's see whether the instance is ready. Okay, it shows that it's still initializing. Let me open another browser window here. Okay. All right, so it prompts me with the username password. Sometimes if you try to log in quickly, it might give you an error saying that it's still starting up some of the services within the Denodo server. That could take a few minutes, couple of minutes to start up. So you just need to be careful. Now, one of the things I mentioned earlier that you would need your instance ID, which is your password. So I'm just going to capture that, and we will go back to the login here. Okay, and try to sign in. As you can see, it's trying to log in through the Design Studio, which is the interface web-based UI for you to manage your tasks and everything that you would need to do in terms of defining the connection to your data sources, building a data model, and executing it, right? If I do a quick help here, it says Denodo Professional subscription as part of my Denodo platform offering, and that confirms that. If you need to further continue, you could use your admin default database that's created out of the box, and I can say, okay, I need to create a new connect string and so forth. So wish you all the best. You could get started with your cloud integration using the Denodo data virtualization. This is your Denodo Professional free trial. Once the free trial 30 days is complete, you can continue using this on a hourly basis, and you have full control over this instance in terms of the starting and stopping of it. You can manage the pricing and the cost associated with it. So with that, wish you the very best with Denodo Professional deployment on your under your AWS cloud. Thank you.